Welcome to FSHD Straight Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into living with FSHD. I'm your host, Tim Hollenback, and I'm on the journey with you. Having FSHD, I understand the challenges it brings to patients and their families. We're in this together, and this podcast is a space where we swap stories, share advice, and talk to experts to get the latest news. There's plenty to say about living with FSH muscular dystrophy, so let's get straight to it. Welcome to FSHD Straight Talk. I'm your host, Tim Hollenback, and sitting with you in another episode. I am super excited about this one. I'm always excited about every episode. Absolutely, of course. Love all our guests. Have had a blast creating these episodes for you. But talking about good, bad things again today, and it gets me excited because I love movies. I love going to the theater. I love watching movies at home. I was not able to see Good Bad Things through that AMC release. I was disappointed. There wasn't a theater near me. I mean, I was even willing to drive out of state if I had to find it and watch it and to kind of make it a thing to do. And it wasn't even that close for me. So the fact that this is going to be a virtual screening that they're talking about at goodbadthings.com starting on September 20th, we're going to talk about that event today in this episode. In this interview, these two guys, man, they make me laugh. I'm sorry. Steve is hilarious. Danny is very witty. We even have a reference in this episode to the movie Moneyball that I bring up. I mean, and Danny watches it about as much as I do. I come to find out, so we have more in common yet. And the conversation goes in a couple directions, but it really always comes back to, I think, something I want you to key in on, and Steve Way talks about it. We have Steve Way and Danny Kurtzman on this episode, both. So when we're talking to both, it's an absolute riot. And there's one thing though Steve talks about in all seriousness, because I kind of bring up the idea of maybe this is a pioneer type movie, right? A pivotal event in our community. And he says, no, I think it feels like more like passing the torch. You know, Steve has had tremendous success with the work he's done. And now he's executive producer of this. He still does some stand-up. He's hilarious. And he's like, I think I'm passing the torch almost to Danny here. And then like, maybe he'll pass it to someone else and so forth. And I couldn't help but agree. So, you know, keying on that, there's still hurdles to pass them to get it launched through, you know, Hollywood and stuff with the marketing and what that takes as they enter into 2025. But they were really focusing on this virtual event. So I hope you enjoy this conversation. Also, don't forget, email me, fshdradio@fshdsociety.org. I want to hear if you want to be a guest on the show, or maybe you want to nominate somebody else to be a guest on the show. I've had that happen where a mother has said, you got to interview my daughter. She's fantastic, this and this. And we did. And it was a fantastic episode. So I'd love to hear from you and maybe your FSHD story, or if there's a topic you want to talk about, you can go ahead and email me there. Don't forget to follow the show on any podcast platform that you find us. If you can rate, review, and all that, if that's still available for you, I'd love to hear that. So all this in store here on this next interview. So I hope you enjoy the conversation I have here with Danny Kurtzman and Steve Way. So in this episode here today, yes, we have two exceptional people within the community who are just guys are becoming extremely popular in the FSHD community, muscular dystrophy community. Danny Kurtzman and Steve Way. Tell us a little bit. We are here, of course, for Good Bad Things, as I was kind of promoting the episode in the beginning. Those know that this film has been in the works for a while. Its path has been incredible. It's gotten a lot of steam as it keeps moving forward. But how would you describe Good Bad Things to someone if they haven't heard of it before?
Steve, you take this one.
Honestly, I don't think I've got that question yet. I describe it simply as a disabled romantic comedy. It's a pretty universal story. Falling in love, self-sabotage, getting in your own way, feeling disempowered, which I'm sure is a theme that will come up again. But it's a story that's told in a way that's never been seen before.
Mhm.
And that's through the perspective of a man with a severe disability. And what I love so much about this movie, and what made me fall in love with it immediately, is that you don't have to be disabled to understand the movie or relate to the main character. And that its themes are so universal that it's felt all across different audiences. I know that's a pretty long elevator pitch, but
Yeah.
damn,
But I think you're spot on. I've not seen it yet. I can't wait to. I'm definitely going to join in on the virtual premiere event happening later this month, September 20th. We'll talk more about that. But is that kind of how you would give your elevator pitch, Danny? In the, I mean, that's kind of tough to follow up. I think Steve hit a lot of key things in piquing interest in it.
A little hard to talk about yourself being man in the whole entire movie, but yeah, it's been just so special. Like, you haven't seen the movie, I promise you, I will 100% guarantee you that it's worth your 96 minutes.
Mm.
Like Steve said, it is universal, and that there's so many parts of this movie that you can find or feel all of them, if not definitely one of them, that sits with you for a while. And yeah, diving into like probably some follow-up questions that you're gonna have. Like, it's been just amazing to see the diverse audience all feel impacted by this movie. And it's not like walking out of like Deadpool, Wolverine, or Alien. Like, people are
Yeah.
walking out of this movie truly feeling something that I just haven't seen in a movie in a very long time. And we all love movies. We all love, you know, that 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 the way of, just escape
Mm.
that we want from society these days. But this is one of those escapes that sticks with you in a really good way. It's not one of those fake escapes that we're checking out and feeling like guilty pleasure. It's one of those that actually make you either, it makes you just feel better, honestly. And that's what's special. And just trust us in watching this movie. It
Yeah.
is something that has never been seen before, but hopefully it's something that we will see again and again and again in the very near future because of what is happening now in our community and making what we think is not possible possible.
for the record,
Yeah.
um, had an emotional breakdown during Deadpool. So, some of us feel something.
Okay, Steve. Steve was
Well, he might have a point. I haven't seen Deadpool yet either, but I hear it's pretty good. But not to take away from those things, but I really understand what you're saying. This is a relatable movie, isn't it? I mean, I think when I was reading through the reviews or people's comments about the film, which were, I mean, they were all positive, to be honest with you. Even what I found on like Rotten Tomatoes, like 80%, is where they gauge it. Their audience number is 99% are like loving it. Like, wow. I mean, that is huge. So do you think you're like blazing a trail here a little bit? Because there's no doubt we don't see disabled people in acting roles. We just don't. Or it's able-bodied people playing the roles of someone that is. So it's do you feel like you're being a little bit of a pioneer, you guys?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't accept that right now,
No.
but like yeah, honestly, coming off like FSHD has been a part of this from conception in the beginning, and we're very grateful to have a community like you guys a part of this whole journey that we've been on. Making this movie was just two best friends doing something that we just felt we really wanted to do as a creative outlet to tell our story. And it was just so authentically just put together between Shane and I. And having Steve come on and doing this amazing decibel run and seeing the like acclamations we got through that stuff was awesome and dope, but really truly coming off theatrical last month, 50 theaters across the US, 2 days, selling out in multiple theaters through that weekend. This film, yes, has taken on a whole new purpose, and a whole new responsibility. I do think that we are, with the success of this movie comes multiple success for this community and this industry moving forward. And that's what Steve and I's and Shane's and the whole team's goal is now. If we can, in some way, shape, or form, in the minimalist way, build a blueprint or show what's possible in Hollywood or show what's possible in the real world for the disabled community, this is a success. It's not about dollars and cents anymore. It is, but it really is bigger than that, honestly. And the fact that the community has championed us all the way up to this is going to continue it through virtual, is going to continue it wherever we end up. Yeah, let's do this. And we're just beyond grateful, right, Steve?
Yeah, I don't know if like pioneers or trailblazers are the right words. I think it's more of passing the torch. Like obviously there were many disabled actors before me. And in a way, I almost feel like I passed the torch today. Right? But now, we have no idea how many people Sandy's passing the torch to. Just because of this movie. And, like Sandy said, it's not really about the money. I think the only reason why it is about money is because that's how Hollywood just gauges everything. Right? So unfortunately, we're at a disadvantage. We know of many, Hollywood people who love the movie. And they've told us straight up, we have no idea how we would market it. For the simple fact that the main actor is disabled and wheelchair user. So we really have to go above and beyond to show and prove just how good this movie is.
Yeah, I completely agree. And that's exactly what we're doing. We've shown it through theatrical, through the support of FSHD and MDA and Shanahan's audiences, that have been spectacular. And I love a challenge. And I love figuring problems out. And I think we're doing a pretty good job of it, thanks to the tremendous support of this community. And we love this virtual. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I feel pretty good about it. Like the fact that we can accessibilize a film like this for our community to champion, that's still coming from our voices and no one else's, to show what can happen is going to be so awesome. There's nothing more exciting than that. And yeah, we're pumped, very pumped.
Yeah, this event you're talking about coming out, a virtual screening, starts on the 20th, goes to the 22nd. From what I understand, people are paying the cost amount. It's only $19.99. I mean, that's like a deal of the century. And 25% of that is donated to the MDA to kind of recognize Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Month that they do for the 30 days here. So that's significant there and helps the community. So that's awesome. And then, I think between, the 20th and the 22nd, you have time to watch it. But there's also I think I saw a promotion of a Q&A with Was it with Shane and Hannah? Is that right? Have you heard about that? So I guess maybe explain the details a little better than I do.
Yeah, we're gonna oversimplify this. It's from September 20th to the 22nd. It's a Friday to a Sunday. We are allowing one weekend for the community to have a last chance to watch this movie before it finds its home within Hollywood streaming studios. And we wanted to do this specifically because it's our thank you to the community for getting us to this level of where this film is at. And we wanted to find a way to accessibilize the movie.
Right.
Movies aren't fully accessible these days, and there's no better way to do this than doing a virtual screening from the comfort of our own home to watch. So yes, for 1999 on September 20th to 22nd, the community can go to veeps.com where we are hosting Good Bad Things. You can go to goodbadthings.com and click the virtual link on there to take you to Veeps. But it's just like Amazon, it's just like Apple. When you want to rent or buy a movie, you just go on there and you
Mhm.
click it, and you have 40, usually on their platform, you have 48 hours. This we allow 72 hours from the point of purchase to watch the movie. And 25% of that 1999 will go back to charity, which we feel is the only way to do this because we want to show our support and the impact that this movie is really actually giving. And yeah, we're gonna do some fun stuff in between that. Like, yeah, there'll be a Q&A with Shane and Hannah. Steve's gonna be doing a stand-up thing, but like ultimately, the simple thing is like that weekend you can watch Good Bad Things for the last time before 2025 and experience it in the comfort of your own home with your friends, your family, your loved one, or honestly by yourself if you feel like cute in the I know Steve loves watching movies by himself, and so do I. But if you
Yeah.
want to feel the feels by yourself, you can watch it alone. And yeah, we're just really, really excited to be able to give this last experience to the community from the team of Good Bad Things. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the accessibility because when I tried to see an AMC theater near me that maybe was showing it when that happened, unfortunately it didn't work out for me. And I was disappointed. That was in August, right? And so when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, this is great. I finally I get to see this." And my wife feels the same way because I've been talking about the movie with her. She wants to see it as well. So even though I'm like Steve a little bit, I think I love seeing movies by myself too. Like I am the weird guy that'll go to even a movie theater alone and just be like, I'm going to watch this movie. Leave me the heck alone. Right. But this one I want to share a little bit. And I'm going to, my very little social media presence, I'll spread it like crazy the best I can. But yeah.
It's not even just accessible in your own home. It's accessible. We have open captions that are embedded into the film. We've got audio description available for anyone who needs that. And it's available worldwide. So you don't have to be in the United States to partake in this virtual experience. You can be anywhere. And that's going to be we're just buckling up to see where this thing takes us and how big Good Bad Things can get within the world of the disabled community because we are very, very large and there's been a lack of content and film and television for us for so many years. And if we can provide one that so far has been getting positive reaction and good reviews, then we are very, very grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think, so yeah, okay. Earlier, pioneer maybe was a strong word, right? Steve, you kind of, but passing the torch, I love that. I think there, even what you're saying, Danny, it does get that sense that there could be then more on the horizon. There might be more opportunities then because of what this film has been doing with the positive reaction. Because if it doesn't work out, people don't like it. It's going to be hard to create a different film. Could be with different people and writers and so forth. But with disabled people within that. This is going to give a better foundation, I think, because it's going to take like that risk away for someone else to invest in that next movie. So that's why I think it's significantly important. I'm a big fan of a movie called Moneyball. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's like,
I watch that once a week,
oh my
maybe.
God, yes, me as well. Oh my God, there's so many life lessons in there. And there's one line in there, right? The guy says, like, they're at like Fenway Park or something, and it's the GM of or the owner of the Red Sox. And he's like, the first guy through, the wall always gets, or through the door always gets the bloodiest, right? Basically meaning you're going to take the hits. And I know you guys might not be the first ones through the door, of course not, but this has gotten a lot of legs. It's gotten a lot of success in a positive way that, it might be one of those films that are kind of like pivotal, when we look back and how it all played out. And I think this virtual event is just really going to feed that even more, just kind of add a little fuel to the fire, so to speak. So I'm excited to see it. It's marked on my calendar for sure. Yeah. And I'm glad that you described like how to get there, how to do it. It sounds very simple to me. I'm a big streamer of watching, films at home, and I guzzle the heck out of TV shows and stuff. So,
can't wait to get the call.
What's that?
So I can't wait to get the call from the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, right. Yeah. How come we can't have that happen?
AKA Netflix, Hulu, whatever. But yeah, no, I love that movie, and you're completely right. That's exactly kind of the feeling we have right now, as we took something very authentic and indie and just real, and it's showing, honestly.
So you alluded to last time to watch it till 2025. For those that don't know, like, why is that important? Like, what happens once this year ends and we roll the calendar? What happens then with this film? What's the next steps?
The next steps is getting a call from the Boston Red Sox.
Okay.
After they see us get to the, sorry for the baseball references, everyone, but yeah, after this, this virtual screening and showing truly the support we have out there, specifically within our community. We hope to end up somewhere that is large enough so anybody can accessibly easily watch Good Bad Things everywhere. So being a streamer or a large studio that really believes in the movie and sees what FSHD Society, MDA, Shane and Hannah, all the people who came out to the theaters, what they truly see. And so hopefully that will come 2025 at its earliest. But we have some plans. But main focus right now is virtual is numero uno. We just want to make sure that we do this to the best ability for everyone who's been a part of this so far. We want to make sure this experience virtually is top notch and everyone gets to really be a part of this movie and this journey that we're on.
Excellent. Any final things to make sure that we cover before we let you guys go, Steve, Danny? Any last things you want to make sure you share?
Just watch it.
Just watch it. Yeah. Just watch him.
When we had our theatrical release, the top 3 movies: Deadpool, Twisters, and Alien, with their own remakes and sequels.
True.
Finally, we have an incredibly original idea. So just watch it. Look for that if you don't need any other reason.
Absolutely. Go to goodbadthings.com. There's a link there to buy the tickets for virtual. You can definitely find the link at FSHD Society somewhere. It's $19.99. Tickets go to charity. But yes.
Beautiful.
Thanks for having us.
Way to end it. Thanks, guys, for being here, promoting it yet again. Love seeing you. Hopefully we'll have you back on in 2025 to talk about what that next step is. But you're right. Let's keep our eye focused on the 20th of September when that big virtual event happens. So thanks for being here and spreading the word.
Thank you.
You bet. Take care, guys. So that is the episode that a lot of us were like looking forward to, right? Because we want to make sure that you know about the film, that you know what's happening, you know what's coming up. Those sites again, right? Goodbadthings.com. You can go to FSHD Society and find it. Yes, you can go on to MDA. I think I found it like on MDA Quest. They're talking about it, Quest Media. And that's really where I notice like the links to see it. 1999, 25% of the ticket sales are donated back to the Muscular Dystrophy Association and to help because I guess they recognize this month of September as Muscular Dystrophy Month. So I appreciate that. Someone that has the disease. And it really promotes our community. It helps our community in many ways, and we need the community to do so. So I really appreciate those guys having me on, having them on, and allowing me to like speak with them yet again. Once again, another great opportunity, selfishly in my life, where I get to meet amazing people through this show, through this podcast platform. I'd like to meet you too. So send me your emails, fshdradio@fshdsociety.com. .org, excuse me. And I want to know, what do you want to talk about? Maybe it's yourself. Maybe you have an FSHD story you just really want to share with me. I'd love to hear about it. No pressure, but I'd love to hear from you. That's why this Straight Talk show exists. It is about FSHD community, the people that have the disease, caregivers, etc. I've said it before. Science is great. There's another podcast for that. And, they talk their thing. And some of it is some maybe frustrating for them. And I get it because the science of this is tough. And we know that treatments are on the horizon. And I give all the science and all the doctors and whatnot and lab technicians and so forth, all in the trenches, helping us find a cure for this. I don't take that for granted whatsoever. I hope my little sliver does help. But this show is about the community that those people are trying to help. So thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Once again, goodbadthings.com. Watch it through Veeps. They're going to have the link there. For only $19.99, you get to watch Good Bad Things on September 20th to the 22nd. And yes, there's also that special Q&A session with Shane and Hannah Barkaw, who you might know as Squirmy and Grubs that you see like on social media and so forth. They're hilarious. I'm really tempted to kind of spend the time in that Q&A as well. So amazing. So thanks again. This has been FSHD Straight Talk. See you on the next episode.